Hey, it's Krysta. Welcome to day 2 of this 7-day morning yoga mini series. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm so happy that you're here. Today's class is called Get Up and Groove. This is an energizing 25-minute practice that you won't need any props for. So go ahead and grab that mat and come join me. We'll begin our class today at the top of our mats. So go ahead and come all the way up. Take your big toes to touch. Heels are going to fall slightly apart. And just allow your hands to drop down next to your hips. Palms can flip forward. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Fill up everything. And then big exhale, just sigh it out. Noticing how you start to sway a little bit as your body starts to find balance and center. And begin to set an intention for your practice today, whatever that is. Begin to repeat it back to yourself, just reminding yourself why you decided to show up today on your mat. Take a big breath in. And exhale, let everything go. Start to blink your eyes open. Take an inhale, arms reach up overhead, palms press. And exhale, fold over. Inhale, find a flat back. Lower your hands, step back. Find your plank pose. Keep your core strong as you lower all the way down to the belly. Maybe the knees come down first. Either way, inhale, find a very gentle cobra pose. Lift your heart, keep your thighs down. Exhale, toes tuck under, press it back, downward facing dog. And start to move around here, so pedaling through your heels, maybe rolling out your ankles. Pressing your chest back toward the thighs, let your head get super heavy. Big inhale. Big exhale. And start to walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. We're going to find a forward fold and then a ragdoll. So take opposite elbows and just sway a little bit side to side. Let your neck and shoulders and back get a little bit of traction here. And then hands release down. From here, stay folded. Take your hands over your low back. You can grab opposite hands or interlace your fingers and pull your hands away from your body any amount. So you might still be really tight, so they might just come off of the body just an inch or two. That's perfect. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Release your hands down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it all the way out. Find a plank pose. Core stays strong. Lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, a little bit of a bigger back bend this time. Open your chest. And exhale, toes tuck under, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. And full, complete exhale. Start to look forward and then step up to the front. Find your flat back. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we're folding. Root down through your feet. Rise up, palms press. And hands release all the way down to the sides. So really getting into it now. Inhale, the arms lift, palms press. Exhale, we're folding. Inhale, find a flat back. Hands down, step or float back. Lower chaturanga, elbows draw back. Inhale, lift your heart. Maybe the thighs lift this time. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels press down, stretching through the hips and the hamstrings. Big breath in. Full, complete exhale. One more just like that. Look forward. You can come on to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, step or float up to the front, find your flat back. Exhale to fold. Root down, rise up, palms press. Hands release all the way to the sides. Inhale, reach up again, lengthen. Exhale, fold. A little quicker this time. Inhale, flat back. Hands plant, step or float back. Lower chaturanga, so elbows draw straight back. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice full deep inhale and full deep exhale. From here, walk your big toes to touch. Inhale, the right leg lifts. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, hug it in towards your chest, push the floor away, and then step that foot up in between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted. Reach your arms all the way up, finding a high lunge. So soften across your shoulders. Big breath in. As you exhale, lower your left hand. Reach your right arm high. So just find that nice twist here. And then lower the hand down. Spin the back heel down. Open your arms wide. Warrior two. So pressing that front knee open. Take a big inhale. Exhale, revolve your warrior. Reach it on back. From here, come back into warrior two. Right into your extended side angle pose. So maybe the forearm is dropping down to the thigh, or you might lower the hand down. Either way, extend that left arm so it's just a continuation of the body. So reaching from fingertip down to heel, root down, rise back up, warrior two. Big inhale. Exhale, just cartwheel the hands down. Step right back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Big exhale. Walk your big toes to touch. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, pull the knee into your chest, push the floor away, and then step it up in between your hands. Back heel lifts, high lunge. Lower belly is pulling up and in. And then from here, lower that right hand down, find that twist as you extend the left arm high. So just rotating the ribs open, and then close it off, lower the left hand, right heel spins down, open for warrior two. So Virabhadrasana 2, gaze drops over the left fingers. Soften across your shoulders, take a big inhale. Exhale, revolve your warrior. From here, right back into warrior two, into extended side angle. You may drop the forearm down. You might come all the way down with that left hand. Either way, rotate open, lengthen the spine, and reach that right arm straight out of the body. Press into your feet, come back up, warrior two, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, step back, down dog. Take a big breath in and a big exhale. Bend your knees, come onto the balls of the feet, step or float up to the front. Find your flat back and exhale, we're folding. From that forward fold, take your big toes to touch. Inhale, take a seat, find your chair pose, Utkatasana. Let your hands come together in front of your heart. Take a twist here. So left elbow hooks over the right thigh, top palm pushes down. Find that rotation through the rib cage. Sink a little bit deeper. Look down at your knees. Make sure that you can see your toes. Pull the knees back a little bit. And then keep the gaze down toward the right foot. Shift the weight into the right foot. Pick the left foot up. Slowly step it back into your twisted lunge. Now, if that's too intense, you can always split your arms on the inside of your leg of that right foot. Take a big breath. Untwist. Reach your arms high. From here, find a steady gaze somewhere out in front of you. Lower belly's pulling up and in. We're shifting the weight into that right foot. Now, as you do that, pick that left foot up behind you for dancer pose. Keep the right hand lifted. Left hand drops behind you, catching the instep of the foot. So knees are close together. And then if you want to take it deeper,
press the foot into the hand first, and then maybe start to hinge forward slightly. So breathe here. And if you fall out of it, just come right back in. No big deal. Draw your knees back together. Release the right hand down next to you. Pull the left knee up into your chest. Flex your foot. Take the foot over the right knee and sink your hips back. Big stretch through that IT band. Try to keep your chest up and the back straight. And then from here, come back up. Hug the left knee up. Step it all the way behind you. High lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the hands down. We're stepping into side plank. So the right foot can stack over the left. You might lower the left knee down. Either way, Vashisthasana for 3. For 2, you got it. And 1, lower the hand. Vinyasa is yours. So take it or leave it. We're meeting back in down dog. And take a nice big cleansing breath. Gaze is going to come forward, step or float up to the front. Find your flat back, lengthen. Exhale, we're folding. Take your big toes to touch, heels apart. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Utkatasana. Hands together in front of your heart. Hook the right elbow over the left thigh. Give it a good push. So press the top palm down. Sink the hips a little bit deeper. Put the weight into that left foot. Pick that right foot up and step it back. So finding that twisted lunge. Rotating the ribs open. From here, untwist your torso. Reach your arms high. So hips and shoulders are squared forward. Find your dristi, so that unmoving gaze. We're going to shift the weight into that left foot. As you do that, bend the right knee. Take the foot behind you. Right hand is going to come to the inside of the foot. Now knees can stay together, or if you want more, press the foot into the hand and then start to hinge. Breathe here. With control, knees come back together. Release the left hand. Hug the right knee in. Flex your foot. Foot comes over the left knee as you sink your hips back. Full, steady breath. And then with control, we're coming back up, hugging the right knee into the chest, planting that foot all the way behind into your high lunge. Good. Take a full deep inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand, lower both of your hands. Stack the weight onto that right foot for side plank. Lifting the hips up for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower the hand down and take your vinyasa. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. From here, you're going to drop down onto your knees and find a child's pose. So lengthening the arms out in front of you, let your forehead come down. Maybe roll it back and forth. And then start to come all the way up. We're going to come on to the shins. So lift your torso, stacking the hips on top of your knees. Tuck your toes under. So a few rounds of our camel pose. And as we move into our camel pose, do it slowly. We're going to take 3 rounds, so do not go into your deepest back bend right away. Warm up the back properly. All right. So hands come down at the low back. Fingers are going to turn to face the floor. Roll your chest open. Think about just a string attached to your sternum, lifting up toward the ceiling. So keep lifting all the way up. Draw your elbows toward each other. You can stay here, or maybe the gaze tips on back. Full, steady breath. With control, bring it back up to neutral. If that was your edge, do that again. If you want more, you can walk your hands back towards your heels. Keep lifting your chest, tipping the gaze back, pushing your hips forward. So hips are remaining over the knees. And then slowly come back up with control. If you want even more, you can untuck your toes. The whole hand is going to lower onto the top of your foot. All right, if that's too deep, go into one of the earlier variations. So inhale, lift your chest, open the heart, and maybe walk it back. Keep pushing your hip bones forward. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. Come back up and just take a seat onto your heel. So don't come right down into a child's pose. Just stay here for a moment. Close your eyes. Take your hands at your thighs. Take a few big breaths. And then with the knees together and the feet together, come down into a child's pose with the hands resting down toward your heels. And we'll slowly start to lift back up. And just send your legs out to the side. So come down onto your sits bones, reach your legs nice and long. The right leg is going to extend open to the right side. Now bend your left knee, place the foot at the inner thigh, flip the right palm and drop it in front of the right leg. Roll your left shoulder back. Take your left hand behind your head. Reach your elbow to the foot, and if you want to go deeper, reach your fingertips toward the foot. So really rotating open. Take a deep breath right here. And then we'll slowly come all the way up. Drop that left hand behind. Lift the hips and extend that right arm back. Lower your hips back down. So same thing on the left side. So left leg extends, right foot comes in. Flip the left palm up, drop it down. Roll your shoulder back. Right hand's behind your head as you reach your elbow. Or maybe you extend your arm and reach your fingertips. From here, we'll slowly come back up, drop that right hand behind you, lift your hips, and extend that left arm back. Let your hips come all the way down. Extend both legs long, give them a little shake. And then the right leg's going to stay long. Bring your left foot into the inner thigh. So Janu Shavasana. Hip bones are going to square toward the front. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, we're folding over that leg. So a nice little option here is to take the left hand to the outer edge of the right foot and take just a slight twist off to the right side. And then we'll slowly come back up and take that left foot across the right thigh. If you want to go deeper into a twist, into a deeper twist rather, you're just going to bend the right knee. Either way, left hand is behind you. Straighten the spine, lift the right arm. Now twist to the left. You can use that right arm to hug your knee, or you can hook your elbow across the outside of the thigh. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, take the gaze back over the left shoulder. And then slowly untwist. Walk your hands off to the right side. take a little counter twist, take a bow. Come back up, extend the right leg, then the left, shake it out. Left leg is going to stay long, right foot comes in, hip bones square to the front, inhale, arms lift, and exhale, we're folding. Again, if you want to take that gentle little twist, you're just going to take the right hand to the outer side of the left foot and twist just slightly to the left side. Come back up, take that right foot across the thigh to go deeper, bend the left knee, right hand's behind you. Lengthen the spine, lift the left arm. Twist over to the right. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, look back over your right shoulder. Slowly and mindfully untwist. Walk your hands off to the left side. Take a little counter twist. Take a bow. And come all the way back up. Extend both legs. Give them a little shake. And lower down onto your back. As you do that, just hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, rock side to side. And then allow your feet to come down to the floor. So feet are resting hips width apart. Let your hands come down and then root down through your feet. Start to lift your hips off of the floor. You can stay here or interlace your fingers and walk your shoulders under one at a time. So trying to lift your hips up, getting a full hip extension. Really grounding through your feet. And then slowly we're going to come all the way back down. And you can windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Now if that was deep enough, by all means do the same thing you just did, coming into bridge pose. If you want to go deeper, if you feel really warm and you feel ready for it, we're going to come into wheel pose. Setting those feet down, hips width, taking the hands up by the ears. Fingers turn to face the shoulders and then root down through your hands and your feet. First come to the crown of your head, then come all the way up, pushing the floor away. Breathe here. Slowly, with control, tuck your chin and come down. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then you can draw your knees in, give them a hug, rock side to side. Set your feet down to the floor. Now take your right foot, hook it across the left knee. Thread your hands under that left thigh as you bring it in towards you. So getting a big stretch through the right IT band into the glute. Should feel really good. You can even extend that left leg if that feels good. And then we'll slowly just set the feet back down, switching sides. So take your left foot, flex it, take it on top of the right knee. Hands come under the thigh as you bring it in. And then we'll slowly, mindfully place the feet back down. You can again windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then we're going to lower down right into Shavasana. So arms and legs long. And just take a little subtle tuck of the shoulder blades under the body just to facilitate more of an opening through the collarbones and the chest. You can allow your feet to flap open. Take a big breath in. And a full, complete exhale. Let it all go. Focus your attention on your breath. So as you inhale, filling up and expanding. And as you exhale, letting go and softening. So quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. Allow your breath to get bigger. And just start to send some life and movement back into your hands and your feet. You can open and close your jaw. Stretch your arms up overhead, lengthening the spine. And then bend your knees, roll off to your side. Cradle your knees into your chest. Rest for another moment. And then press yourself all the way up. Find a comfortable and easy seat. Let your hands come down on top of your knees or thighs. Close your eyes for a moment. Just check in. Check in with that intention that you set at the beginning of class. And without judgment, just coming from a place of observation, just notice that intention. And then begin to thank yourself for choosing to show up today, for choosing to practice, and for making it to the mat, which is often the hardest part. You can allow your hands to come together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this morning. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.
Thank you so much for flowing with me this morning. I hope you feel energized and ready for the day ahead. If you haven't already listened to today's bonus video, go ahead and do that now. It is a quick 5-minute breathwork meditation. So even if you haven't ever meditated before, I promise you can do this. I will guide you through every step of the way. Have an incredible day, and I will see you on the mat tomorrow morning.